Hi, welcome to Intermediate Yoga. You're going to want to begin by finding a comfortable spot on your mat. And you're going to need 2 blocks, a strap, and a blanket or a towel. Take this time now to set your yoga intention for the class. What would you like to take off of the mat with you today? Is it more balance, to release stress or worry? Whatever your intention is, go ahead and meditate and reflect on it and set your intention for the class at this time. Place your hands over heart center. Now placing your hands to prayer position. Inhale, arms reach overhead. Pause here before folding over to our right side. Inhale, arms reach overhead. Exhale, stretch over to the left side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale over to our right. Hold the pose here for a moment. Feeling a deep stretch in your side. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale over to the other side. Again, pausing here for a few moments. Feeling a deep stretch in your side. Go ahead and do this a few more times. On this inhale, arms overhead, we're going to be moving into seated side twist on the right side. Right arm down, right hand on your right knee. Lengthen up your spine. Inhale, arms overhead, seated side twist to the left side. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, hook your left arm onto your right one for a bit of an arm stretch here. Hold this pose for a moment. And prayer hands, inhale and hook your right arm onto your left arm. Hold this pose for a few moments. Back to prayer hands. Inhale, arms raise overhead. Let them drop down to your side. At this time, you may grab your blocks for supported butterfly. If you don't want to use blocks, you don't have to. Just come into butterfly pose. But if you'd like, you can use both blocks underneath your thighs for supported butterfly. Remembering to inhale and exhale deeply through your nose, lengthen up in the spine. Gently remove your blocks and place them towards the top of your mat. All right, now coming out of butterfly pose, stretch your right leg out onto the mat for a one-legged stretch. Go ahead and grab your strap and hook it around your right foot. And you can use the strap here to pull yourself into an even deeper stretch, but only going as far as your muscles will allow. Okay, gently remove the strap, and we're going to be coming into one-legged stretch on the left side. Remember to keep inhaling and exhaling deeply through your nose here. Again, you can take your strap and hook it around your left foot for a deeper stretch if you wish. Leaning deeper into the stretch. Being careful not to strain yourself too much. Gently remove the strap and remove it to the side. And now we're going to be coming into tabletop position, making sure you keep that blanket or towel underneath your knees, hands shoulder width apart, knees hips distance apart. Ground your knees and your hands onto the mat. As we move into cat-cow pose, arch your spine down for cow pose. Exhale. Inhale, curve your spine, cat pose. And exhale, cow pose. Inhale, curve the spine. Exhale, arch your back, cow pose. Continue this for a couple more breaths. Okay, now coming back to center, curl your toes and remove any blocks or straps out of your way. We're going to be grounding our hands onto the mat, curling our toes as we lift our hips up into down dog. Pedal it out here. Gently drop down, knees, chest, chin, into cobra, sphinx, and raise up into upward facing dog. Again, dropping knees, chest, chin. Cobra. You can lean up a little more into Sphinx. Rise up into upward facing dog. Hands onto the mat. Curl your toes, lift up into down dog. Stretch out your right leg and your left leg here. Carefully, we're going to be shifting forward into high plank. Keeping your arms above your wrists. Engage your core. Gently lower down. And knees, chest, chin. Pulling up into Cobra. Gently lift your neck. Sphinx, up dog. Take a moment here. Alright, now we're going to be gently shifting our hips all the way back, hands forward on the mat for child's pose, Balasana. Alright, gently shifting out of child's pose, hands onto the mat, toes curled, pulling ourselves back up into down dog. And gently shift back into high plank. Arms above your wrists, engage your core. Inhale and exhale deeply through the nose. Hold it here as long as you can before dropping down to your knees, chest, chin. Rise up into upward dog. Inhale and exhale deeply here. Inhale back to center. Exhale back into child's pose. Stay here for a little while, allowing yourself to fully relax in this pose. Okay, now shifting out of child's pose, place both blocks towards the front of your mat. Ground your hands, curl your toes, and lift your hips up into down dog. Gently raise your left leg up in the air and curl it through and walk it to the front of the mat for low lunge on the left side. Drop your right knee down. You can grab blocks if needed. If not, bring your arms all the way down to the mat. And just gently stretch, inhaling as you move back and exhaling as you move forward. Do this for a couple more breaths. Inhale, raise your arms up overhead for low crescent lunge on the left side. Arching your spine, inhaling and exhaling deeply through your nose. Hold this pose for a moment. Exhale, arms back down onto your blocks. And now we'll be shifting into tabletop again. Toes curled, lift your hips back up into down dog. Pedal it out. This time raising our right leg gently and walking it through to the front of the mat. Grab your blocks if you need them. For low lunge on the right side, gently drop your left knee down. And inhale, curve your spine. Exhale as you move forward again. Continue this for a couple more breaths. Inhale, raise your arms up overhead, low crescent lunge on the right side. Curve your spine, lengthen up. Feel a gentle stretch in your back, remembering to inhale and exhale deeply through the nose here. Continue holding this pose. And exhale, arms back down to the blocks or to your mat. And gently come back into tabletop position. Lift your hips, down dog. Okay, lift your right leg up and walk it through for high lunge on the right side. Find your balance, place your hands on your hips. Once you've removed any blocks and find your balance in your center, you're going to want to lift your arms up, inhale for high crescent lunge on the right side. Arch your back, feel the stretch in your spine, deepen into it. Slowly shift your left leg back as we move into Warrior Two on the right side. Arms reaching forward and back, lengthening out your arms. You could go even deeper here if you wish, remembering to keep your knee directly over your ankle. Inhale, lean back for backwards Warrior Two. Exhale, move forward. Inhale, backwards Warrior Two. And exhale, back to center. Do this one more time. Inhale, stretch. And exhale. Right arm down as we move into triangle pose. You can grab a block here. If you need to modify it, left arm raises up. Bring your back leg in a bit as we hold triangle pose here for a few breaths. Feeling the stretch in your side and your back leg. Again, you can use the block or you can come all the way down to the mat if you wish. Inhale, gently lift out a triangle, and exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Spread your legs far apart. You can clasp onto your legs and stretch right leg, left leg. You can use a block here or bring your hands all the way down to the mat. Continue to inhale and exhale deeply here. Inhale, rise back to center and move the block towards the top of your mat. Inhale, we're going to be coming into prayer hands position, legs hips distance apart. And exhale, arms overhead. Fold down into half standing forward bend, or sliding down into full standing forward bend. You can clasp your arms, use the block, or bring your hands all the way down to the mat. You can ragdoll your arms, sway back and forth. Inhale, rise back up to center. Exhale, prayer hand. Gently shift back into tabletop, blanket under your knees. Curl your toes and lift up into down dog. We'll be bringing our left leg through this time for a high lunge on the left side. Hands on your hips, find your balance, find your center, grounding your feet into the mat. Inhale, arms overhead for high crescent lunge on the left side. Deepen the stretch, arch your spine. Slowly spin your right foot out. Come into warrior two on the left side. Stretching both arms out to your sides. Finding your balance. Go as deep here as you'd like. Remembering to keep your knee directly over your ankle. Inhale, lean back into backwards warrior two. Exhale, bring it forward. Inhale, move back. Exhale, move forward. One more time, inhale back. And exhale down into triangle pose on the left side. You can bring your hand all the way down to the mat or use a block here. Other arm goes straight up. You can shift your back leg in a little bit. So we stay in triangle pose here for a couple of breaths. Release your arms. Inhale to center, exhale down into wide-legged forward fold. Again, you can use a block here or bring your hands all the way down to the mat. You can ragdoll your arms and sway from side to side, or leave your arms dangling. Whatever feels best for you. Okay, gently come back up to center, remove the block. Inhale, arms rise up overhead. Exhale, down into prayer hands and slide your right foot up. just below the knee, tree pose. Find your balance. Hold this pose for a moment. You can even spread your arms out or raise them above your head. All right, now gently release tree pose on this side. Shake it out. Back to prayer hands, feet hips width distance apart. Inhale, arms raise overhead. And inhale, back to center, tree pose on the other side. Remembering to keep your foot just below the knee. Find your balance. You can spread your arms out. And gently release tree pose on the left side. Shake it out. Coming back into prayer hands. Inhale, arms raise up overhead. And now we're going to be crossing our right leg over our left, hooking our left arm behind the right one as we fold down into eagle pose. Hold it here for a couple of breaths. Inhale, arms raise up overhead, and although I'm not demonstrating it here, you're actually going to want to hook your left leg over the right one. And hook your right arm behind the left one this time. Basically doing eagle pose on the other side. I am still in eagle pose on the other side, but you should be doing opposite legs and arms here. Alright, release eagle pose gently, shake it out. Inhale, raise your arms up overhead, and exhale, release them down to the mat. We're going to be shifting onto our back now as we begin to wind down. Find a comfortable spot on your back, making sure that your head is supported by a blanket or a towel. And we'll begin by windshield wiping our legs back and forth, leaning over to your left side. Inhale, exhale to your right. Inhale to center, and exhale to your left. Do this for a couple more breaths. Okay, inhale, back to center. You're going to be wanting to lift your left leg up and fold it over your right, making sure your right knee is bended. You can clasp your hands behind your left thigh, bringing it closer to your chest. Lift your right leg off the mat for a figure four stretch. Exhale, release your foot back down onto the mat and stay here for a moment, remembering to keep your left leg crossed. Gently place your foot down. And now we'll be moving into figure four pose on the opposite side. Gently lift your left leg off the mat. Inhale. Inhale and exhale deeply through the nose as you continue to hold this pose. Exhale, release your left foot down into the mat, keeping your other leg crossed. Okay, now exhale, release your foot onto the mat and go ahead and grab a block. Place it underneath your tailbone, your sacrum, finding a comfortable spot for it as we come into supported bridge. Hands down flat on the mat, feet hips width distance apart. And allow yourself to fully relax in this pose. Inhaling and exhaling deeply through your nose. Gently lift your hips and release the block. We'll be laying down flat again. Windshield wipe your legs a couple more times, releasing any tension in your lower back and your spine. Inhale, drop your legs over to your left side. Arms can be resting on your stomach or flat out to the side for a nice laying down side stretch. Inhale, gently raise your legs back to center. Windshield wipe a couple times, and eventually laying our legs to the right side, hands on your stomach or out to the side. Hold this pose for a couple more breaths, filling your stomach with air. Inhale and deeply exhale through your nose. Inhale your legs back to center before exhaling and sliding them down the mat so that they're laying flat. Your arms again can be resting on your stomach or lay them flat onto the mat, resting by your side. Now lay here as we move into Shavasana. And just allow your head, neck, shoulders, arms, legs, and feet to fully relax. Take a couple deep breaths here if needed, and allow your mind to clear as we lay here in Shavasana, Okay, gently begin wiggling your fingers and your toes, bringing awareness back into your body. Pull yourself onto your side, staying here for a moment before you gently bring yourself back up into a seated position. Go ahead and place your towel or blanket underneath you if you'd like. Thank you so much for taking the time out to practice with me today and for participating in this class. Be well. Namaste.